Hello, and welcome to another video of On the Farm. So I know I haven't posted in a while. I've been busy with school, and I did baseball this season, so I've had that. Haven't really had any time to do any projects or get any videos out, But I'm finally back, and I'm here in the shed working on a new project, just what this video is about. So anyways, I'm working on basically a artillery trailer for shits and giggles, basically, to shoot whatever I want with. But yeah, that's what this video is about. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so basically, this is the trailer here. And it's an old trailer I found in the bushes. And I haven't really known what to do with it up until I found some other parts, and we're going to turn it into a kind of like a portable artillery gun type thing. It's probably going to be air-powered. It's probably going to have, it's going to have the trailer, and then you're going to have the guns that's going to be sit on the top. So it's going to be kind of like that, which I need to finish that as well. Put the wheels on the old potato cannon. Just been sitting there. I haven't had any time for that either. Summer's here, so now I do. I just went in with the torch and I cut this front part off because I don't like how it was this is where it was attached up higher, and I'm going to take it down and weld it right there. And I need to order hubs for it because the ones that were on it were pretty dog shit. And, yeah, let's get into it. All right, we are back, and I did a little bit off-camera work. Wasn't much. I was just doing a little bit of welding. So after I got everything all cut up, I went and cut this front trailer bit off. Went and cut a bunch of junk off of there, and I had to cut this in half because after I cut that off, this thing like spreaded out. So I had to go cut all that, and it was also bent a little bit, so I bent it back. And I re-centered it and leveled it, and then I tacked it on with my little Harbor Freight welder thing, actually for $150. Not a terrible little welder, but see some of my atrocious tacks. And yeah, I'm just welding this thing up. And this part's the top, this is the bottom. And then while I had it flipped over, I just went and also put on this piece to help hold this together, because there's nothing holding that together anymore. And yeah, I just got to come in and fill in these welds. Also, this thing was cut at a weird angle, so kind of got to fill all that in. Same thing over there, and yeah, go from there. All right, now that that's all welded up, we are here, and got the insides all welded, sides are all welded, that's all welded, front's finished tacked. So now I need to grind down these welds and try my best to take the torch and knock off the rest of these bits and then grind it flat. And because that's boring, we're just gonna skip that. So and we are back. So yeah, I did some grinding. Oh, actually, I forgot to do some grinding. Anyways, but it is the next day, and I went and ground down some of these welds. I know they kind of look tacky, but they'll hold as long as they look somewhat decent. This one looks a little bit better, besides the torch marks, and then this one I still need to grind down. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been grinding and re-welding whatever holes need to be filled. And now I am starting to work on some of the actual mechanical parts of this field gun. But part of it is it's going to be able to have a 360 swivel, and that's where this part comes in. This is an old tractor differential that I pulled out of a John Deere, and I went and pulled the clutch and stuff apart, and that's most of it sitting over there. But basically I knocked the pin out. Forgot where it went. Oh, I set it up here somewhere, or it's over there, that pin. And now the gears came out, and my plan is going to be I'm going to cut the pin in half so that it only holds this gear in on this side. And this side, I'm going to weld on this part so that it's welded onto this gear. And when I spin this part, let me open up the lock here. When I spin that part, these bits spin, and it'll be able to spin it around, and I'm going to put a crank on the end. So while I'm sitting down, using the gun, I can, in the future, I'm also going to start building a thing to work on the plane, and then I'll also be able to swivel the gun back and forth, essentially. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I gotta go take the torch to that and finish grinding, and yeah. So we are back. Get a glove on here since it's still kind of hot. This is going to be the crank mechanism. It is, so see, I took that bolt that went through the middle and I cut it so that it only goes halfway, and I repounded the pin back in that holds it in right there. So that gear will stay in there, and this one is on a different crank instead of that one. So if you see here, if I grab this part and turn it, oh, hold on. Gotta pull the lock up, pull this lock up, wedge something underneath there. That'll work. There. Wedge up the lock, and I turn that. It turns the entire thing, which, yeah. So, crank will be mounted on the end of there, and you'll be able to spin it 360, and you'll still be able to lock it because there's that lock on there on the differential. And there's the other end of that bolt. So if you imagine if that's going to be, the base is going to be mounted on here, and you're the gunner, you'd be sitting to the side of the cannon running up the middle, and let's say it's pointed that way. If I'm sitting here, the crank will be right here. And if I go and turn that, it'll spin the gun around 360, essentially. That's the plan of where that's going to be. And then this other bit here is a piece off of a mower, which was used to adjust the chute at what angle the stuff came out, or your cut grass. This will be mounted on the side of the gun, kind of like that. This will be attached to the gun. Or no, this will be mounted on the side of the gun like that, and the gun will be mounted on there. There'll be a crank on this, and when you turn this crank, this part turns this part, and it moves up and down this crank here. So you'll be able to, that'll basically be the fine adjustment for the gun. And there'll be a coarse adjustment for, like, for example, if you're like aiming dead ahead, you'll have it set a certain way. And then if you want it pointed up, more like that, you will adjust it like that. So there'll be a fine and a coarse adjustment on it for what angle or what height or what range you're shooting. That will be the coarse adjustment, or the fine adjustment. Anyways, yeah, so I'll update you after I make a little bit more progress. All right, we're back. And, well, I believe I'm going to end this video here. This is going to be part 1 of this trailer build. I'm going to end it here because this video is getting a little bit long. I like to try to keep my videos under 15 to 20 minutes, just so that they're not all drawn out with me doing a bunch of random bullshit. And especially because in this one, I'm mostly just put the trailer back together. So this is what we've done so far. Trailer's rebuilt. And all this will be in part 2. That's the barrel. That's going to be the air chamber. Yeah, it's kind of a mess in here right now. I did a bunch of back screen stuff. But yeah, we'll see you in part 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.